Alright folks, we are back. I am Shipwreck Sean, and this is episode 26 of Let's Play Sailwind. We're here at Alchemist Island. I have picked up some snake oil. Probably going to pick up a wee bit more than that. But the problem I have right now is that I had to sell all my crates, so I don't really have anything to keep these in. So we're going to keep these on this table for now. And we'll keep that separate from any energy elixirs we buy, because I don't want any problems in the future. So folks, remember, the snake oil is on the port side, and I'll maybe shove a couple of energy elixirs here as well. But the snake oil is certainly going to be way more important for us for our ocean voyages. Does he have any more for sale? And they're popping back conveniently. I'm also quite tired and quite hungry. And the wind is behind me for sailing to Gold Rock. So I think if I just quickly go and find something to sell. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go and sleep now, because it does take a while to stock your boat here at Alchemist Island. And I'd rather have full energy to do that. I'd rather not feel shattered from the night before and have to pass out halfway through and miss some missions. So we're going to bed during the day, which sounds fun, but we're doing it because we're professional sailors. We don't have much in terms of food left, but that's okay. We can always reel some fish in. I would like to purchase an oven to put it somewhere. I was thinking here. I could stand here and do my cooking post keeping a lookout, but we'll do that back at Gold Rock City. Down below, I'd like to do a wee bit more interior design, maybe a couple of shelving units here and there for bits and bobs. Maybe we can keep our energy elixir and snake oil along on shelves, and maybe something in here for some extra water. I'm not a fan of this pile here, so yeah, plenty to deal with. So for now, I will just head and get a nap. And you'll probably be back with me at night time, so we'll just deal with that as it comes. I don't have the time to buy any more snake oil or elixir, but I do have time to quickly chuck these on the table. So I'll do this and I'll be back with you when I'm awake. Alright, wakey wakey. We have woken up slap bang in the middle of the night. It is coming up for 3 in the morning, or just past 3 in the morning rather. So we won't have the opportunity to buy any snake oil or energy elixir whilst we're running about mad. But that's okay, we could always come back before any ocean voyage. Let's have a quick look at trade, although if I remember rightly there's not much money to be made from Alchemist Island, particularly to Gold Rock, so that's not really worth it, just a profit of 4. Maybe it's close to 50% profit for water, but we'd need to get quite a lot of them. Maybe just take a couple of those, and if we don't sell them, we've got them on board for the future. Beer's not much of, rum's not much either, but it would be worth maybe getting a couple of these just for the future, but we'll get whatever's cheaper out of beer, rum. I was going to say wine, cider, mead as well, but they don't have any here. So rum is going to cost me 51, beer is going to cost 48. So we'll buy a wee barrel of beer, just for any future drunken voyages. Not much income to be made from bananas or goat's cheese. Nothing on lamb. Spices, a very small profit, not really worth picking up. Tiny little profit for white tobacco. Copper not much, and gems not much. So we're not going to make much money through trade, but we'll see if there's a decent amount of missions and we can at least stock up on reputation. So we'll of course take mail. We can take some spices. At this point the weight doesn't matter too much, because we've got a massive boat now. But I'll try and keep it down. 3 lots of coconuts. We'll probably go back to spices. Water, I've got rum there. Just from force of habit, I'm just looking at the ones where there's less to carry on, forgetting that we've got a bigger boat. But again, this sale is not too important in terms of making income, because we just need to get back to Gold Rock so that we can do a little bit of interior design. I am tempted to take a hike up to Oasis there, just to do some interior design and get into the shipyard. So we'll go ahead and just take those spices. We'll just take what we can. Yeah, sure, we'll take the 5 units of water as well. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it's a very quick sail back. And we don't have any more reputation. So that is our job lot there. So, oh, and we've got bits that have landed up here as well. So I'll start carting all this on board, and I'll be back with you when it's time to set sail. Alright folks, so that took a wee bit longer than I had anticipated. It is the next day, but we have everything on board, excluding this parcel of mail. I've picked up some, on this side we have snake oil, a water bottle of separation, and an energy elixir here. I think that's a decent little collection for now. I'm probably a bit bow heavy with these barrels, but to be honest with you folks, I just liked how they looked up there. Shove our mail down there. Keep a wee pile of energy elixirs. See, I'm already making the mistake already. These are snake oil. What did I say folks? Snake oil on the port side. And then energy elixirs we'll shove over here. Unless I've got a space available in that crate that has the other one, which I do. So there we go, energy elixirs in that crate. I did read on one of the updates that there are certain items you cannot keep within a crate anymore, including the fishing hook, and I think anything that you can use to hang something up, or indeed anything that does hang up. So for example, lantern or lantern hook, or the perhaps the wind chimes I've got up the forward end of the boat there. We're very hungry, we don't have much food left, but it's quite a short sail, so I think I'll just do a couple of spots of fishing on the way up. We are quite tired again already, but hey ho, and worst comes to worst, folks, we've got an energy elixir. So the wind is going to be right behind us for the whole sail, so it's going to be a very, very easy sail back to Gold Rock City. So I'll just take the bow line off first. Doesn't matter too much in the game. In real life, it would be pretty important. Oh, let's jump on. And I'm just going to bring down the full sail just to help us turn. And I'll maybe adjust those so they're a bit smaller, so I can go for a nap whilst I'm sailing and not overshoot Gold Rock. So I'm going to lock that. And as she turns, I'll just slowly turn on the main sail so that she's perpendicular. Sorry, I can't speak, folks, apparently. YouTuber who can't put words together. So that the sail is perpendicular with the direction we're going in. Because we're going to just basically have the wind right behind us. And this will be a good opportunity to test and see how she handles complete downwind sailing. I'll probably want to bring this sail in a touch, since we learned that you have to let the back sail out just a wee bit more. But then again, that's with upwind sailing. So I think what's best to do here is just to completely let out both sails, see how she responds, and deal with her that way. That's very lovely that we've managed to get both sails out in separate directions. Ain't she gorgeous? Wow. Look at her go. I'd like to get some thumbnails, but I mean, she looks nice, but I can't seem to get a good angle. But anyway, we're not here for thumbnails, we're here for sailing. Right, I will need you. Pop you back where you belong. Let's just keep a wee eye on how she's holding course. It's okay if she deviates slightly. And I think we'll be at Gold Rock in no time, to be honest with you. So I think now would be the opportunity to sleep. I will have some bread first. And then we'll just see where we end up. I know that's not the best way of doing it, folks, but I like a bit of excitement in life. Bread's not filling us up too much, but I'd probably rather eat or fish when I'm moving in the morning. But this is okay. I was hoping to keep this bread for the next ocean voyage, but we can always get more. We've started many piles of bread in our Sailwind career. Excuse me, folks. My throat hasn't quite been the same since my little illness at the end of last month, start of this month. But we're getting there. I've got a nice husk. Right, and she's holding pretty much how we'd like. We have a little vessel out in the distance there. Just within my mouse, you can see the lovely shape of a Latin Dhow as she crosses the face of Gold Rock City. How beautiful. We've just got an assorted pile of water and spices here up at the bow. There's our mail. Another couple of barrels up here just for fun. We don't need to balance too much on this boat, but I've tried to do a kind of mix of barrels on this side and on that side. Maybe slightly barrel heavy on the starboard side, and then just our crates up in our cargo hold here. We didn't take that much, and we won't earn that much, but it should be a decent bit of reputation, and it's always a good idea to not set sail with an empty vessel. So with that being said, time for another very risky danger nap, because if you were with me for the last episode, you'll know that we just ended up crashing into land. So that might happen again, folks. See you then. Good morning, folks. Oh, we are here. Well, clearly I haven't learned my lesson from the last time. Another episode with a dramatically short sail though. So there we go. We know that this Sanbuq is a lot faster than the Dhow, because I would have gotten away with that little cheeky danger nap, which coincidentally has been a suggestion for the name of this vessel. Danger nap. I was thinking danger, if I could find maybe the Gallic word for danger or something like that. And that suggestion was from Coupling Rhino, but I know that Taryn also recommended finding like an Irish Gaelic word for Bonnie, or something to that effect. And that would be a nice little nod to our Dhow, who has been so faithful to us. So we have a couple of name options there, so I will ruminate over names. But for now, folks, we have to get ourselves docked. We should have a nice big dock to aim for here at Gold Rock, but I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for this sandbank and this sandbank, because I hit that on the way in from my last ocean voyage, and I've just hit that one, the one I wasn't even looking at. So we also have proof that the Dhow is much deeper and she has a much wider draft. So I'm going to actually navigate my way round this sandbank. We're doing alright for hunger and thirst. However, we're almost at Gold Rock and it's daytime, so we can deal with that via the marketplace. So we'll do that first when we get into port, and then we'll come round, put all the missions in, and then I will navigate her round to the shipyard. And I've just noticed that I haven't moved the Dhow yet, because I'm scared of any more potential bugs. So I should probably move her to make docking a bit easier for our Sanbuq. And of course for taking all the cargo in. Because it's hard work, this cargo business. Just pulling in the main sheet just to keep us going forward. And what I'm going to do is release some of that sail, release some of the halyard, or hoist the halyard rather, because I know she takes a while to turn, so I'm just going to oversteer her. And then when I turn to starboard, hopefully the wind will catch that forward sail and just encourage that. A very slight jibe, in fact not even a jibe at all. And let's proceed. So as you can see, that's the helm fully locked to starboard, and it's a very, very slow turn. But I don't want to use the mizzen at this point in time, because that will just straighten her up. And there we go, she's turning very well now, so I can now go and start to release this sheet, much like we did when we left Alchemist Island, just so the sail is sort of perpendicular to the direction the wind is going, or at a right angle, should I say. Perpendicular is not correct. And we'll just release some more there. And there we go, she's turning pretty well. I am a bit close to the sandbank for my liking. And we're going a bit slow, so if we do hit it, it might bring us to a halt. But I think we've gotten away with that. There's the sandbank there, underneath the menu. And there's no sound of crashing. We like that here at Shipwreck Sean, folks. Not crashing your boat. And she'll slowly pot her forward. I'm just going to bring in the mainsail. Oh, that was the opposite of what I wanted to do, because we're going a wee bit fast, and I think she will cover that for the rest. And I do feel like we might be too late for the marketplace today, so that's fine. I'll just eat my soggy bread on board. She looks to be straightening up very well for me there. So I can now charge out and get our bow line on. Head back and grab our stern line. Which is a bit more effort to go and get. But there we go, she fits perfectly as to where the lines are. I can maybe bring the bow line in, but you know what? I'm not going to bother. Let's go and see if anyone's open, and if not, we'll just spend the night in the tavern. We have enough money for it. There's a lad here, but all the commerce is gone. These two just like to stay here through the night for whatever reason. So off we trot to the tavern. Also, they sell art in here, but I'd rather do some basic interior design first, and then we'll take her into the shipyard, or we might do it the other way round. But whatever we do, I will see you in the morning. Alright folks, we have woken up on what seems to be a lovely, lovely morning here at Gold Rock City. Thank you for your accommodation, as always. Let's head to the market and see what we can buy. Like a wee look at the paintings. Very expensive. So that's something to purchase when you're loaded. Well, here's a lovely one of the Dhow. I think that's going to have to be it. And that one's quite cheap, actually. Yep, we're getting some artwork for the boat. Okay, I'm getting out of here before I spend too much money. I am not an adult when it comes to spending money. Speaking of, I have been wanting a spyglass for some time now. Do we need it? We'll wait and see how much everything else costs us first, and I'll come back. I should never have purchased that art. The big pot I'm interested in because there is soup in the game now. And apparently it's just a matter of buying the pot, buying a stove, heating up the stove, shoving water in, and then just shoving slices of whatever the hell you want in there. We would like a stove. We've got a stove here and a smoker. I'm not sure which one is going to be more beneficial for us, but I've used the stove before, so we're definitely going to go for one of these. And I'm just going to take the stove straight back. Of course, taking a couple of slices of bread. Is this empty? Nope. So we're not selling that. So, head back to the vessel and see where we're going to want everything. I need everything to kind of make sense. So I like the idea of standing here whilst I cook. Okay, well that looks nice. Just touch that forward a wee bit. As long as everything's convenient. Because I'll probably move these shelves and shove some barrels here and crates. And that way I can have like all my firewood here and maybe a crate here with like things I have cooked, or who knows, or maybe I'll have a table. I can buy, yeah, I'm going to buy a separate table actually for items that I've finished cooking. Maybe like a preparation table and a finished up cooking table. Because this is clearly for our snake oil, which I'm going to move around the back end here. But I am getting carried away because I've not even shoved everything and done any trading yet. Is this going to sit nicely in here? Watch this, I'm not actually going to find a decent spot to have this, am I? Where can this painting sit? Have I made an indulgent purchase that I can't enjoy? That would be very Shipwreck Sean of me. Well, it seemed to kind of fit here. Well, it's just... now it just doesn't want it placed there anymore. Well, that'll just have to do for now. Let's get some stuff on board. Of course, this would be quite monotonous for you guys to watch. So I'll go and shove this piece of mail in. And then I'll use the cargo guy. So say it won't be much of a profit. But if we have a look, we have a reputation of 10,497. And our gold is very tidily on 9,000. So I'll be back with you when everything's in and we'll go over where that's at. Alright folks, so all the missions complete. It's only earned us 50 lions. So not a massive amount, but at least it's something. Reputation is now 11,082. So next up, I need to go and get some firewood for our oven, because otherwise we can't cook any fish that we catch. Firewood looks to be nice and cheap. There's only 12 of them. I did play with firewood kind of briefly in my last save rather. That was right towards the end of that last save. And I know that you go through them quite quickly, but I'll just keep one crate for now. Maybe can I move this fishing reel to somewhere a bit more? Yeah, if you sit there, firewood can just sit nice and cozy up there, and that leaves a nice gap for me to come and get my stern line. Okay, so to cook, we would grab a fish, shove the fish on, go and grab our firewood, shove it in, and then we wait and watch the colour until, well, it quite literally changes to look cooked. I think there's 2 colour changes, something like that, but we'll discover that. Here's our bread pantry. But I might be worth keeping the ungodly pile here, I think. Because I would like to keep this area as a little table. But that's a whole bunch of moving around. I'd like to do it kind of dynamically. So just not purchase everything straight away, but purchase as and when I need. But for now we should be good, because eating cooked fish is a lot better than eating raw fish. Of course, we will chop up some bread there. I'll maybe move this bread off camera, or just, you know what, we'll move it into our stomach. We'll just keep ourselves fed today. And I am going to go through these bottles of water as well, and maybe keep the shelves for something a bit better. We'll keep this big bottle of water. I'm drinking out of this one, but then I remembered I had another one in my inventory. Did I put that down whilst I was yapping? Stop this there for when we run back into town. And I think that'll do for now. Let's head in, grab some more bread and see what other goodies we can get. And then we will deliver our Dhow and then head into the shipyard ready to make some upgrades. So what fun is there to purchase? Food manual, kind of important, but I could always just use the wiki. Drying racks, which are visually quite important. Visually quite nice rather, but we did discover that if we just chop stuff up and leave them in a pile, we don't necessarily need the drying rack. I think the drying rack just dries things more quickly, but the whole point of drying things is that they're going to last for ages anyway. So I think we should be alright. Still very interested in this spyglass, but not today. I would maybe like a separate lamp hook for further in the cargo hold. So we're going to do that. And we'll just take a pot for the future anyway. I'm not sure how you drink soup, if you just drink it from the pot directly. There is a space left for a spyglass, but I don't know how expensive it's going to be to upgrade the Dhow, the Sanbuq rather. And some more bread. So let's go and take all this back on board, and we'll move the Dhow round. So launch that, launch that. We'll just keep our cooking pot here. That looks lovely. Can you just place the pot on the stove? Yeah, so the pot just places on the stove. And then just as a little test, do I like... There we go, so I've put water in there. It's taken 5. So then I would just chop stuff up and put it in the soup. I'm kind of interested now, actually. I've been distracted by soup. Actually, no. Let's bring our Dhow back, because it sounds like the wind's picking up. And it's blown us right into harbour there. I'm not even sure what cleat she's on. I think we'll just push her out. She is moving forward. So we might actually get away with this with how strong the wind is. I just don't want her hitting the dock or anything. Lock her there for a touch. Bring down a jib that we can play with. There we go, she is turning a bit too heavily without my approval. I think with the speed, even though the sail is not perfect, with the speed we're going at, we should get a nice full turn here anyway. So let's give that a wee go. Oh, I forgot about the old pile of bread. It's a shame to see this Dhow so empty, given everything that she's done for us. There we go. That's a bit better for dock navigation. I just want to take her round to essentially where we purchased the Sanbuq from. And then that way she's just not around. She's not there to get in our way. A couple of empty bottles here. Chris, we're really moving. Cut her forward a wee touch. She's just completely turning on her own. I'm just going to get rid of that jib, I think, by quite a bit. Start her turning. See, look at the speed she turns at. And that's the sound of a storm coming. I'm just trying to do this delicately, but we're absolutely flying round this corner here. If I race and grab the stern line, the bow will crash. In real life, the bow would have crashed, but fortunately, this is Sailwind, and the game has been kind to me. There we go. So we have brought our Dhow to a nice little cozy spot where she's not going to get in her way for the future. So I'll just pull these in and we'll go and have a look, see if we can get a mission to... In fact, no, we don't want a mission to Oasis. That's the future episode. We want to go and upgrade our Sanbuq a touch. Just a wee bit. We'll just do bits by bits. Right, so we'll just use one sail again, and let's see if we can delicately navigate this baby into the shipyard. A storm's going to hit, and it's going to be dark. But I think we can manage. Picking up a lot of speed already in this storm. So I think to turn the Sanbuq round, I'll have to just take her out for a wee bit. I can't pull the sail in quick enough. There we go. Got a real close haul for her to deal with right now. This is all helping me learn. I'm not sure what I'd like to do to the Sanbuq, so that will be a future episode. I've got some ideas. I'm told by multiple people that the large rudder is a very important way to go. And I would like the larger bowsprit, at least one topmast. And then sails wise, I think I'd like at least one jib, at least one square. I'm told that a wee square on the bowsprit is a smart move for turning. So some ideas, but we'll go over all of that in the next episode. Today's episode's just been deliver Sanbuq home, do a tiny wee bit of retail therapy, deliver the Dhow round, and now we're delivering the Sanbuq round into the shipyard. I just hope I've given us enough space here. So she is turning into the wind. Let's see if she stops. It does look like the wind has caught that sail really nicely. I don't think she would do that regularly at the rate I've just turned her. I think that's just because we've got a storm. So I did get a wee bit lucky there. Just going to lock that helm round and start releasing this again, just to help us turn. Been doing a lot of dock work in this episode. That could be a nice little moody shot. Okie dokie. So we've got roughly the right heading. Just let her turn slowly. Oh, I keep bringing that sail out. I need to remember this is not any of the other boats. Right, hopefully we've not got her going too quickly for entering this dockyard. But I think we'll get away with it. We are sailing with our hearts here, not our brains. So we've got 8,961 to spend. We'll have a wee look in this episode, but we won't make any actual upgrades. So I guess you could say I'm teasing yous folks. My sincere apologies for that. But I will need all of the brain power I can get for upgrading her. And as I said, I'd rather make that a separate episode. That way if anyone happens to be looking for how to upgrade the Sanbuq, they won't have to deal with me and all my dock manoeuvres first if they do happen to come across my video. Plus I did know that I just wanted to do a couple of wee shorter videos between this and the last one. Just because all my videos are quite long, so a bit of variation, you know. I'll just wait until we've passed under this crane. Don't think I'm going to get enough speed to run and jump, so we'll just swim. Dot that line there. And in actual fact, it doesn't really matter about a stern line now, because she will jump to position when we start editing her in the shipyard anyway. Remembering to chop that bread. I think I'll just keep the knife next to the pile. Couple of swigs of water. Shove that there so we remember to sell it. And I think we have everything we need. We are kind of tired, but that's okay. We're just going to go for a wee look. So, let's have a play around and see if we can work out the kind of thing we want to do in the next episode. So, I've never been in the shipyard with the Sanbuq before, so bear with me. So we know we want an upgraded rudder. It doesn't seem to give me an option. So there we go, standard rudder, large. So that's nice and easy. This cloth roof can be turned into no roof. There's no wooden roof for this one apparently. We can get some mizzen shrouds. Okay, so that changes it so that that's quite, oh. So does that change where we actually control the mizzen from? Or is that just to get the line out the way? I'm not sure. Yeah, because see, that's more shrouds to either side here. Okay, I'll need to have a play around with that when we're in the shipyard. I'm not sure what these shrouds are actually doing other than moving the lines. I'm trying to see if it moves where the cleat is or anything like that. But if I'm on the main, I can't really see it disappearing from up here. You can see just in the shadow there's the sheet. It's not affected at all by changing the shrouds. So I don't know if it's just a visual thing or if you're running the 3D ropes in this game. Let's zoom back out. So let's have a wee look. So we've got sails, masts and stays. So we know that we want a long bowsprit. So that's what that's going to look like. We want the long forestay. As you can see, that's adding a line down here at the bow. And that'll get us a nice big jib that hopefully we can run alongside the lateens. I think I'm going to keep the lateens for now. Lower forestay, where's that going to go? Cool, that's also at the bow. And then middle stay, that's for if we want to stay in here. So I might stay with lateen, I might not, who knows. But as you can see, it doesn't look like we can do anything here without changing. Oh no, we can. It doesn't seem to have a problem with that. And then masts. Well, that's interesting. That takes the mast right back to the centre. So I don't want that. But we want that top mast. And then on the mizzen mast, we can either completely remove or she's there. There's no adding a top mast to the mizzen. Sails, well, I'm not going to bother with sails in this episode because that's really the big question for next. But with this larger bowsprit, it looks like I can add some square sails. I don't know if that's too wee, that's probably too wee, but that's kind of the idea. And it makes her just that wee bit easier to turn. Apparently, it's not something I've used before. So yeah, so that's all the ideas we have. I'm just going to cancel everything. Price-wise, looking, that came to about 1,600 without changing main sails. So we should have enough there to play with. What's going on over here? Can you see up there that our Dhow is... Something's not... Yep. Something's not right with that Dhow, I swear. The Dhow has been throwing a tantrum ever since I decided to come back and purchase a new boat. So I'll need to run and check and see if Bonnie's okay. Because that's not good. Has it been doing that for the whole time I've been in the shipyard? Let's go and have a wee look. You can stay there. I'm just going to go and quickly check on the Dhow. And then that will be the end of the episode. We'll be back to actually upgrade. Yeah, she's fine. I did leave a little bit of sail out, so I better sort that. Anyway, folks, whilst I do that, thank you very kindly for joining me again. I have been Shipwreck Sean. This is episode 26. And I'll see you very soon for the Shipyard episode. Cheerio.